Hi, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the tutorial on how to scan panoramic 35mm film on a Nikon Coolscan meant for only regular 35mm frames. I couldn't find a tutorial, so this has been all trial and error on my part. If you know a better way, please share it in the comments. Okay, so here we go. We are using a Nikon Coolscan IV scanner. Insert your film strip into the scanner. You can have a maximum of 3 panoramic pictures on a strip. As you see, you have 5 frames visible, or 6 if you are scanning the first or last frames that have a bit of extra film for the scanner to grab onto, but normally you see 5. Don't worry about the odd number of frames. We will do a little trick later for the last frame. You can adjust the boundaries for the frames 1 to 4. These will be the first 2 actual shots on the strip. Now do a preview scan on the first frame. This will lock the exposure of the scanner, so if the first frame contains lots of snow or sky or other bright things, you can also preview the second frame instead. We are not actually interested in looking at this preview, but now the scanner has an exposure value in its memory. Next, with the Shift or Control key, we will select both of the first 2 frames, which will make up the first panoramic image, and then we do a batch scan for these. Most important setting here is disable the auto exposure. Otherwise, the 2 halves of the frame will have a different exposure level, and you will never match it in post. If you want, you can permanently disable the auto exposure for batch scanning in the settings, but I would forget to turn it back on when doing normal single frames, so I don't disable it in the settings. You will see very quick if you forget this step later when we combine the frames and the exposures will not match. The second frame is scanned in exactly the same way. Preview the first half, frame 3 in this case, and select the frames 3 and 4 and do the batch scan without the auto exposure. Okay, now the trick for getting the last frames into view. You could eject the film and reinsert it the other way around, but this method is faster. So if you just go to the frames 4 and 5, you can adjust the boundaries to show the final third panoramic image. The left half will be in frame 4 and the right half will be in frame 5. The right side just barely makes it if you have the film cut just right. After they are set, preview the left frame and batch scan without the auto exposure. You should know the drill by now. Okay, so after we have our half images, now what do we do? If you have Photoshop, you could combine the frames in there using the auto stitch feature, but I don't, so let's look at a free alternative. It's called Microsoft Image Composite Editor, or ICE. You open it up, select your 2 half pictures and load them up. Skip this perspective correction because the scans are already flat. Complete the image. You can pre-crop a little if you want, and then you can save your panoramic masterpiece. You can do JPEG or TIFF. It's easy, fast, and free. Now you can open your image in whichever editor you like and go from here. So this is how to do panoramic scans on a Coolscan. It requires more clicks than doing normal film strips, but I think this way gives you nice predictable results. And the quality surely beats any flatbed scanner. Thank you for watching.